Good evening, folks. Welcome in to another stream with me, Fluent Code, here in the UK with our new favourite thing. Yes, that's right. We're going to carry on. We're going to carry on where we left off the other day. So we started making this funky Gundam model. It's a bootleg kit, I've been reliably informed. But that doesn't mean that we haven't actually had a really fun time building it. And I believe that we shall continue to have a fun time building it. And possibly we might even do some cleanup where I can already spot some slightly manky bits that we kind of missed out the other day. Yes, you will join us as we continue the build. I'm going to hope actually that we manage to get this complete today, because it would be quite nice to go into our midweek stream, which this week will probably be Thursday, because we have D&D on Wednesday, with a sort of a completed model under our belts. That's the plan anyway. The plan is, I've changed my knife blade because I was fed up with cutting my finger on the bottom of a very sharp knife blade, and now unfortunately I think that what I've got is going to be a bit of an awkward shape to use, but we'll see if we can have some fun with it. We'll see if we can get ourselves a nice little build process going here, and we'll see if we can finish knocking this one out of the park. Now, we managed to build on, good lord, when was it? Saturday's session. We managed to build ourselves a chest, a head, and waist. Now, I'm going to assume that the waist goes on there somehow. Well, I say somehow. I don't think it's going to be somehow. I think it's just going to click on and that's it. That will be the waist sorted. But we're not going to do that until the instructions tell us to. We're not going to skip any steps. We're just going to continue to build this in the method which we've been doing so far, which is to follow the damn instructions like it's some form of IKEA. There you go. I just noticed that piece was looking rather rough, so we'll give it a bit of a smooth out, and now it's looking rather rough. But it is actually, oh, hang on, we're struggling to focus here. It's still looking rather rough, but now at least it's looking rather rough, but quite smooth at the same time. Does that make sense? No, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. It wasn't intended to. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we need to just straighten that up. And then that'll pop in there like so. Right, that's our, that's our torso done. So, we need to proceed to build the left arm. I don't know why they start with the left arm, but they do. So we need D12, and it's requisite blue and yellow purple hills. So we'll just nip off our sections here. See, these gates are a little bit confusing, look, because they've got this this bit here which just almost looks like a moulded part rather than just being part of the sprue. But never mind, we'll see if we can continue to build that one anyway. Right, so we've got D12. We need B38, which is one of these bits here. Now it's telling me to be careful not to cut this one, because we've got a couple of tiny, I don't know if you can see that, we've got a couple of really tiny little nubs on the end of each of these B38 pieces, so we're just going to be very, very careful to snip these off without losing those bits into the voids of my carpet. Right, there we go. And then we need a polycap bit, which is our PC, and we need a PC1. We've got a couple of those left, not many. We've got a couple of those left. Right, there. I should have recalled what one of my viewers said the other day, to twist those bits off. So probably taking just a bit too much off there again. The plastic is an interesting consistency. We need to try and get ourselves familiar with when we're about to take a big gouge out of it, and when it's just going to be a normal little cut. And I do just want to smooth this off. I'm not trying to reshape these bits, because I think that way lies folly. And then we have our lighter coloured plastic here with a couple of There's a tiny little ridge on here, which I'm going to assume is actually required, is part of the model and not just a horrible mould line. So I'm going to try and let that one slide, but then these little nubs on the gates, they can all come off. Okay, right, now we need to determine how we're going to build this one. So we have a piece like that, we have this piece in Jesus, like so, and then because it's a polycap, that squishes down into there quite hard, really. And then this bit here is going to go in there. Oh, that's a weird fit, isn't it? Like so. I mean, that's a bit of an odd fit, that. That's pointing down. I don't like that. It doesn't marry up with what that's saying. But then if I pop this out and put it in below that. Oh, hang on, there. Nope, that missed. No, that's still pointing downwards. I don't like that. That doesn't seem to doesn't seem to marry up with what I've got there. Let's just see if we can pull that out and try and get that in. And then that's pointing right up, which well, that's doesn't seem quite right, does it? Now, what will that? Is there a range of movement in that? Let me just see if I can. Doesn't appear to be well, there's going to be some movement there, isn't there? I don't quite understand that. That part does not seem to fit properly. In order to get that to fit where it's looking right, I would need to either trim down. I would need to either trim down this edge, which is where these little flutings are, which I don't if you can see that. Can you see that? You should be able to. There's a tiny sort of like a little bucket scoop there. Or I need to trim down this edge here, because if I overlap, that's pointing too far down. And if I don't, oh, hang on, does that work? Is that how it's supposed to be? Doesn't look right. But I don't want to. Yeah, these are definitely the correct items. I don't. There's no, that is the only way it will fit in there, and it is definitely the correct items. I think I might have to. It's definitely the right piece. I think I might have to trim that. What I'm going to try and do is just ever so gently file the back or the inside edge of that, starting here at the top. If I can just get a lip on there like so, and then what I'm going to do is very, very gently. Welcome in, Majar. Thank you very much for dropping by. You've caught me at a slightly awkward moment in that we are experimenting with a new thing to the stream, which is Gundam. And we actually had a great time doing this the other day, so we figured we would finish off the model. These are bootleg models, so there may be an incredibly, well, I say incredibly slim chance. There may be a chance that there is a bit of a fault with them. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if I can take off that back edge. Which should They're not Bandai. They're cheap Chinese knockoff. So it's a Gundam, but it's a knockoff model. I believe in the hobby space they are known as bootlegs or fakes. So there is every possibility that this is not quite correct. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I would like to try and preserve the line on the outside edge, because I think if I take this, I think if I just cut that edge back, see if those meet, you can see the ridges there, which I like. But then you can't move it apart from downwards. And I've got to assume that the only reason for having that on a swivel is so that it can move. It's got to be the case. I think that needs like a ½ mil off, because I think we're really close with that. Oh, hang on. That is basically perfect now. Look at that angle. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. That angle now, very much, it's certainly a lot closer. Now that would allow us to turn that vent like that. I'm assuming that's why that vent is on a pivot. It has to be allowed to pivot. Oh well, I think that's about as much adjustment as we're going to allow. No, we could try and trim that a little bit more. This might be seen as sacrilege. I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with this this range to know whether or not we should be cutting at them like this. People might expect us to be locked up in the tower for attacking a model like this. I'm going to send the police round. Because apparently we can go to prison for everything else in the UK now. if you look at the drawing for this, it shows like a little inset step above. See, now that is almost perfect. I'd almost expect to be able to see that ribbing, and I don't know why you can't. But that's pretty damn close now. I think we're going to let that cook, just like that. Right, let's build the next bit, shall we? So we're back on the B runner. We have B1, B2, B3 and B4. Oh wow, look, we got double of these because we have 2 arms, I'm guessing. B. B1. B2. B3. And B4. So we're now going to carefully clean these ones up. Let's have a look. So we need B1, then B2, and okay, so those two use these two to join them together like a double pivot. Okay, right, we'll clean these up. We've got little bits of flash on them. We'll try and just take our time with these bits because they are very fiddly, very fine. We don't want to spoil it now. After all that hard work getting to this stage. Right. Although we probably should be removing that mould line all around the model, around the part. Right, that's those. And then we've got these little dudes now. These should just take a little bit of filing on the ends here. Just to clean these bits up. Cool. They are quite fiddly bits. My bits is fiddly. As the obviously we want to try not to touch the peg and socket on these bits, because at the moment we haven't actually used any glue. I'm assuming that it might be the case that you would glue bits that are problematic, that aren't sticking together properly or something like that. So we have that one there, and then we have that one there, like so. Squish, squidge together, and then the same way round here, I believe. Okay, we've got some movement in there. That's a nice little These feel a bit weird, like sometimes they just need that little extra bit of clunk to get them to sit correctly. So obviously we have two arms, but we are doing them one at a time. So we have D2 and D3. That's these bad boys up here. Let's have them off the screws as well. Right, let's make sure we've got our orientation correct. So that's facing that way. Our D2 is going to be on the far side from us. Let's just clean this one up while we've got it off the sprue first. Runner, off the runner. God. They will be putting me in the tower, calling it a sprue. Like some sort of goddamn Warhammer heathen. Yes, we've heard what they do to Warhammerists. It's not pretty. Right. D2 then, for example. There's a little slot there. Crikey, that's a tight fit, isn't it? Oh, that is a tight fit. Wow. Okay. And then that then opens up D3. and then that will fit on this side of it. Nope, no it won't. It'll go that way up, like that. We know what we're doing. God, don't try and pretend that we don't know what we're doing. And then we end up with this slightly odd gap between parts here, which doesn't quite line up. See here, we've got a very sort of, it's not very noticeable, but it is definitely there. I'm wondering if we can just tidy that bit up to get them level, or make them look a bit more level. It's not going to need a lot, is it? It's quite soft plastic. And then what I might even do is just, hang on. And then that just sort of levels the look up slightly so that they're not sitting quite so offset. It's just trimmed that inside edge. I suppose if I wanted to, we could just etch back in our flap here to make it the same slope. That's probably something I shouldn't be trying to do by hand. I should probably be masking those areas off. So if I was to run a piece of masking tape across here to give me a level, then I could scrape back on either side. To make those match. I know where I've heard this music before. This is Arbiter Ian. This is the soundtrack. I've just grabbed any old non-copyright sounds couple of hour long track off of YouTube, and this is what they've given me. Right, okay, well that's tidied that up probably about as much as I can expect to do to it, because hang on, that's not too bad on that side. The other side was a bit further out, I feel. Right. Now we have that's this sprue, isn't it? E1 and E2, or E1 and E2. E1 and E1 2. Yes, we don't like to confuse things here. No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to clip them off like a normal human might. Let's get this the right way round again. Yes, that way round. And so E1, which is this one, is going to go over here. Oh, now. Ah, I see. That pushes into that socket there for it. Oh, nice. Nope, that's going to give me a bruised nail. Yeesh. Right, okay. Let's see if we can... Ah, there we go. Hopefully without damaging it too much. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, happy with that. Oh, lost a little bit there, though, haven't we? We've got a tiny little mark there. Turn that off. And then we need E2, which is this other one over here, for the other side. And don't think it's terribly going to be noticeable about which... Have I missed a step? I've missed a step. Hang on, hang on. God damn it, I've missed a step. Realise that now. We'll fix that in just a moment. One, I'll explain to you what I've missed, and two, we'll fix it. Well, these are definitely rather fiddly. I have heard that building these, I mean, there's a reason I bought them, and that reason is cheap. Building these cheap HG 144s are not very complicated when you compare them to the later grades, the improved grades. So for example, some of these you'll get the same size but with 2 to 3 times the detail, which is frankly kind of terrifying when you think what you've got, these tiny little bits that you're adding just for this little ring around the, I mean, around nothing really. That's a, what is that even going to be? Right, I'll go back to the bit that I missed. I'm sure some of you will have spotted it already, even if I haven't. And that is that I missed part D13 to box in the other side of that little bubba. So we just need to go back a stage, grab that bit, D13. Try not to take too much off of that, because that ball is going to be a socket joint, I believe. Just tidy this up. And then that is going to sit on here, like so, and we'll make sure everything lines up. Our little booster vent thing, our polycap. Ta-da! and then that allows us to change the orientation of that vent. I think that's probably right. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. There's a bit of a joint there, which could do with snugging up a little bit. I wonder if it's actually fairly close. Quite like that. Happy with that. No, we've not glued it. We're not gluing any of the model at the moment. I think generally the intention is that you don't glue it unless you specifically have to on a set part. Right. Listen to me professing to know what I'm talking about. I don't. I really don't. However, we have D6 and D7 here. So we've done this stage of our build. We're now going to do this one. So pop that down. We've got that to one side, and then we're going to take D6 and D7, 6 and 7 here. Oh. Okay, that new angle on the knife blade is actually working quite nicely now. I'm quite enjoying that. And we're much less likely to chop bits out of our fingies with it. So that's hopefully what we'll be going with from now on. There we go then. That's removing the errant bit of gate quite nicely. What have we got here? A little bit there. Quite a rough looking surface bit on that one there. It's almost like it's miscast. I don't know whether to file that bit down as well. Okay. Thank you, Seribot, for doing your utmost to protect the stream. I do appreciate the way Seribot jumps in to save me from the evil Viewbotter spammers. Now, okay, that can only go in one place, can't it? So that goes in there like that. This one, to line up with it, has to go. Well, has to go there, like so. Oh, nice. Okay. That joint feels awkward there between those. I don't really like that. I wonder if that is supposed to be like that. Yeah, one of them definitely sits proud, but I think that sanding it back will be probably a mistake. Okay, try and remember to keep the orientation of that in the same way throughout, because it does sort of set its pictures in the same angle, which is good. I like it. It's good, it helps us. So we now have D5, this one here, which has a thing set into it. B37, we'll get B37 in a moment. I'm guessing that there are a couple of items on here like this that don't use the B5, or rather not a couple of items, but at least certainly one. So we'll take B5, we'll clean that up first. Oh, look at all that flash on the inside there, I don't like that. That's a bit crap, isn't it? We'll probably have to take all of that off to get a nice snuggly wuggly fit. Right. Clean that bit off. And these two little bits here as well. Howdy in, Freya. Welcome to the stream again. Long time no see. How was your stream? I hope you had a lovely time this evening. What were you doing? What were you up to? What were you building? Or what were you painting? I think I saw you were online painting earlier, weren't you? Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. You got a couple of minis. What are you working on at the moment then? B37. So we're currently building a Gundam, although it's not, you know, it's a cheap knockoff. Oh, nice. Okay, excellent. Is that for D&D? An undead archer. I like undead archer. That sounds pretty good. Oh, lovely, lovely. I do like a bit of D&D. We had a fairly mammoth session yesterday, about 10:30 through till about nearly 7 o'clock in the evening. A massive session, homebrew that our DM is cooking up for us. I think we were all a bit exhausted by the end of it. We went through a mansion full of traps, probably the most traps I've ever seen in one environment. But yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you had a good stream. We're building a Gundam. We are building. Wait for it. I've got to be careful because I've got a couple of loose bits in the box I need to pop to one side. We are building this bad boy here. It's a knockoff. So this was quite a cheap AliExpress thing, but it does the job for my very first Gundam. Baby's first Gundam. Right, now, how does that... What? Ah, I see here. Whoa, look at that. That's nifty. And then that sits on there. Does it? Must do. There. Oh. Like so. Oh wow, and that just sort of locks all of that together. Oh, and we've got our movable, posable joint. Okay, awesome. And then we have a variety of hands that go in there. Wow. Okay, right. Well, we're gonna hold off putting hands in that at the moment. So we're going to. Oh, hang on. We're missing a bit. We are missing a bit. We're missing D1 here. It's sometimes quite difficult to make sure you are because your eye gets drawn to the next stage of the build. So I'm here, I've done that. I'm then looking at hands and clipping them all together, forgetting that I haven't put the shoulder on, and I haven't put the shoulder on because I haven't put D1 in place. So we just need to make sure that we do follow the damn build. And obviously making sure that we get all of that nasty flash and what have you off as well, because there's a few bits here and there. Thank you very much, Freya. I really appreciate the raid. It's absolutely wonderful for you to drop all your lovely viewers on me. Of course, you go have some food, get cleaned up, do what you need to do, and I hope to see you again soon at some point, and I hope I'll be able to drop in and repay the favour as well. Take care and have a good evening. Right. That piece goes on there, which then sits this way, like oh, nearly, come on, come in there, you can do it. Am I doing that right? Have I got the right piece in the right place? Must have. Oh, it's a bit unusual, that doesn't want to go in there. Right, let's just double check. So we are going the right way. Ah, there we go. Just needs to be a little bit violent. There we go. Awesome. There is some real flexibility in these kits, isn't there? Now that piece does still move up and down. Ah, look, see? That still allows us to go all the way up to there and bring that back down. That's awesome. There's a little bit of extra movement in there, but not much. So maybe we didn't need to shave that one. We'll remember that for the next time. Oh, and it does have rotational movement as well. Awesome. That's some very cool posing. I do like how up there they are with posing these things. So that's our left arm built. We can now move safely on to our right arm and basically do exactly the same thing all over again. This is good solid TV. This is, hey, do that thing you just spent an hour doing again. Okay. Right. But at least this time we kind of know what we're doing. And what I am going to do is I'm not going to adjust this one. I'm just going to let it ride, and hopefully this is going to be fine this second time round. Hey, nearly lost it. Right. Then we are going to take our other vent. And we're just going to give it a tiny little clean up and then pop it straight into place. We're not going to bother this time round. I don't think what we were doing was strictly necessary, but there we go, it points up a bit. We'll see. Right, we need our final polycap one. This one, I'm going to remember to twist it off. There we go. And then we're going to put our final cap on. And this side will be done in record quick time, in actual fact. So for everyone who's joined us, is Gundam a thing for you? Is it a something that floats your boat as part of watching Freya's channel, or are you much more a D&D type community? Because I know Freya does vary things a bit. You know, you've got the Grand Theft Auto streams and what have you. We did actually start, I think the first time she raided us, we were painting D&D figures ourselves, because we have done quite a lot of that in the past, and I do hope to get through and do some more, because obviously our campaigns are still ongoing and we still need models. We still need models for our campaigns, don't we? Even if we are trying to explore different things in the hobby space, namely Gundam, or whatever you would call these cheap knockoffs. See, now that one is just going to point up slightly further than our previous one. Oh well, we'll figure that one out later. Right, we have this merry little lot again. Wow, this was quite in depth building the last one, so we're gonna see if we can do just as good a job, if not better. Let's see if we can do a better job than last time. I doubt it. We were almost flawless the last time, you know, apart from forgetting things. The temptation is also very much there to start nipping off things that you're not actually building yet. So to go, oh, I know that this thing is going to be part of the build on that arm, so I'm just going to nip it off now. No, don't do that. Wait until it actually shows up in the build instructions. Otherwise you'll have bits here, there and everywhere. That's right. Whoa there, Nelly. That's what I say. Whoa there. Now, which bits do you actually get to see? I think you're seeing that bit there. So let's make sure to try and clean this piece up. Even if one side, one arm, looks better than the other, doesn't matter. I'll take that. I'll take one arm looking better than the other on our very first model. This one will go down in history as our first Gundam model, which I'm enjoying the process of. So we will probably be building more on stream. I say probably be building more. I ordered 3 in the super cheap AliExpress deal because I wanted to make up free shipping, and we did. So we ordered 3 of them. Well, I've already ordered another one because apparently, as long as you choose items that say free shipping, you don't need to make up any shipping. It's just automatically done for you. So now that I actually know how AliExpress sort of works, I've already ordered another mech to be delivered. What was that? Addictive personality disorder? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Right, that's that bit. These two little bits to do. Just going to take another swig of my drink. Okay, now let's see if we can remember how this bad boy goes together. So we have an upper joint there that sits like so. Ta-da! Is that right? Yes, I believe it is right. We have a lower joint here. That sits like so. And then we have this piece that caps both of them off. There we go. Right. Put that there and then just... It's very satisfying to put a little bit of extra pressure on it, like with a hard tool like the end of the knife, whilst trying to be careful not to headbutt the end of the knife, obviously. And you just hear an extra sort of as it nips down that little bit tighter. There you go. That's relatively nice and level there. Okay, so now we need to build our other two bits here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be really brave and I'm going to take both bits off at once and just see if I can work out how they go together. So that at least if we ever have to build it without instructions or whatever reason, you know, I dare say that the next thing that I order from Cheap City AliExpress will come without instructions. And we'll have to, or they won't be pictographic instructions, they'll be like in Chinese only. That was a bit of a mistake, went in a bit too hard there. Right, so that's the inside of the joint, isn't it? So that's the bit that no, hang on. I know what I'm doing. Don't let me tell you otherwise by my actions. There we go, that piece goes on there. That piece goes on there. See, we've got slightly the same issue here. It's just a slightly big joint. Doesn't quite fit right together. And we do still have that sort of slight imbalance there. So what I'm going to do is the same as I did on the other one, which is where we just squeak away a little bit, to sort of level that up. And then, and then at the bottom we'll just level that up as well. Oh, sorry about the mic there. We'll do the same in there as well, I think. And that is only taking the just tiniest little sliver of material away each time. But you can see how that just levels that joint out. Do the same at the bottom there. Okay. Now we'll do these bits. That one's very awkward. Uh-oh. I made a boo-boo. Thankfully, it's not very noticeable boo-boo. I think we'll be okay on this occasion. There's clearly a bit of a defect with this mould. I don't know if you can see. That panel there has a very slight defect in the surface. I'm just going to see if we can... It was the same on the other side as well, so I'm willing to bet it's something to do with the mould. We're just gonna take that down with a little bit of light sanding. Hopefully it doesn't discolour it too much, but we are planning on painting this model anyway. Right. Now, that is going to go this way round. I'm almost certain of that. there, like so. Oh, we've got a bit of a snotty bit there on the joint between the two. We'll just see if we can take that away without destroying the whole thing too much. Okay, and then, oh bugger, see what I mean about going too far ahead of yourself? I gosh darn done it all again. Right, just need to pop these guys off. Hopefully I can still add these to the model while we've got that lower arm on. I think we'll be able to. Don't think it's completely inaccessible. Oh, it's actually quite awkward, but we'll get there. Hey, there we go. That's kind of what I expected. Well, that went a bit easier that time. Okay, that is that. Just need that now. Now this one doesn't have the weird bit along the outside of the arm. I'm assuming that you could probably put it on if you wanted to. I don't know why you would or wouldn't. I don't know what that bit is supposed to do. Let's see, have we got any Gundam nerds in the chat who knows what this little thing on his left arm would be for? Is it a targeting device of some sort? Does it interact with his shield? I guess all of the above. Now, is there a particular way that goes on? That way, clearly. Right, and then we just need one more part up here, and then we can actually assemble that other arm complete. Apart from the hands. Obviously I'm not putting the hands on at the moment because I don't know what I want them to hold. So we are just holding off from hand assembly at this point, until we have a chance to explore some of the options that the model can be holding. and work out what we want on where. Now, that is going to go on like so, on there, and then that is going to go in there. Look at that, folks. We're doing something. Oh, there we go. Again, that's super satisfying. The way the joints on these things work. And like I say, they accommodate all of this movement into a... Oh, haha. How much movement do you actually accommodate? Oh, look at that. If you have... Okay, so it should be that way round, I think. Yes, it should be. Yeah, if you have it twisted, it blocks the joint. Ah. I've discovered a design defect. I reckon that you probably need to take a little snippet out of each of those corners, or out of that corner and that corner. Hello. Hello. Yeah, okay, right. Couple of arms there. Now, again, we have hands. I could be assembling the hands, but I'm not going to just yet. I'd like to get us standing, if I'm honest with you. And I think the best way to do that is to try and power through feet and legs. Right, there we go. So we have one arm, two arm, straighten them out, pop them down to one side. We'll put those together in a bit. Right, feet. Feets. D16. Let's grab me a D16. There's some complicated little jointy bits going on under here. I'm interested to see how this works, because obviously this is my first one. I'm fascinated by how each of these joints goes to... Oh my giddy aunt, look at this one. Complicated legs. I didn't realise that the legs were going to be that complicated. I knew there was a lot of parts left on the sprue, but I didn't realise that it was going to be quite that interesting. Right. Okay, we have B26. We've got one of these. Which goes into the foot this way, apparently. Okay, and then a PC3, which is on our polycap sprue again. These ones here, we'll twist those off as well, like we've been advised to. We'll take the advice we've been given. and then that has got to go in that way. So that's our joint for our foot. Like so. Goes onto the bottom of the leg, and then that's going to be for yeah, for the toe. Oh, and the toe can joint and party and tap, I guess. Right, and then we've got, okay, I kind of see that, A18, right, yeah. I think I see how that sort of works now. Well, again, that's an interesting way of doing what would be otherwise quite a simplistic joint, isn't it? So that is going to go on there, like so. Push fit, because yeah, oh yes, oh yes, I say, jolly good. And then we need a toe. I don't think it matters which one we have. I think they're both the same. Yes, they are both the same, because that instruction thing is telling me to make 2 of these, which makes sense. Which makes sense. He would probably not be as good at dancing if he only had 1 foot. And I'm going to assume, even though this guy is a grunt mech, apparently, I've no idea what that means, I don't discriminate. That was a bit gougy, but it is on the bottom of his foot, so I'm sure we'll be okay. And then that goes in there. I see. It's not for pointing his twinkle toes, it's for bending his twinkle toes. There is no pointing, there's no plie in Gundam. But you can penguin walk, apparently. Right, that's 1 foot. We have all the instruction we need now to half-arse it with another foot. Yes, come on, these simple doubles are too easy. Too easy. There we go. To B26. I'm not even looking now. I can do this with my eyes closed. Huzzah! What do they say about overconfidence? They say yes, have overconfidence. I'm not convinced whether or not I'm going to paint these guys. Or I say these guys, this guy. The orange is about one of my favourite colours. As I'm sure you can tell when you compare this wonderful orange to my tag there. Yes, I do love this colour orange, and I'm not sure that I can particularly duplicate it in paint. And so there are a few bits that I'm not happy with on the model. One or two of them are where, like, just like that, I wasn't getting enough purchase, so I've gone in at a slightly steeper angle and we've gouged it a little bit. It is on a joint, so we can probably argue it away as battle damage, but I would have preferred not to have to. And when you sand it, you ever so slightly change the colour of it. Oh, see, we're getting overconfident again because we nearly forgot our cap thing, our poly wally thingy. Hot damn, that's stuck. It's not stuck, but it won't go in the right way. We are, yeah, there we go. That's better. Get down in there. Get down in there, that's it. Get down in there. And then I'll pop this on. Oh, I forgot to clean that bit. How silly of me. If you are new to the channel, you will notice that from time to time. How silly of me becomes a, if not a catchphrase, at least a way of life. If you are new to the channel, I do urge you to drop us a follow. They cost nothing, but they do mean the absolute world to me. Look at those beautiful penguin feet. Oh, aren't they wonderful? I love that. Right. This would appear to be the overcomplicated leg joints. Yes. Excellent, right. This does appear to be very much a similar sort of operation to how the arms went. We have two joint sections attached to a plate and then sandwiched into place with another one. 3 joint sections. Holy, yes we do. Look, we've got this piece down here. Fucking hell. Right, let's clip these off one at a time. We'll clean them up and then start attaching them together. I'm going to take one of each bit, and that hopefully shouldn't mean going too fast for the instructions. One of each bit. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm knocking over the chest piece again. and then they're all going to sit onto piece 30, which is this one, and then be sandwiched in place by 31. So I'm going to take 30 off first. I think we're probably only going to have time for one leg this evening, unless I go longer with the stream, but unfortunately I can't go longer with the stream tonight. I need to get to bed because I need to be off out to site early tomorrow morning, which does mean I need to pay attention to real life. And be a grown-up and go to bed. I know, boring, but someone's got to do it some of the time. Right, that piece sits that way round, like so, there. Come on, get your dancing feet out of the way, buddy. Pop them over there. What an odd way to build it though. Go torso, head, waist, arms, feet, legs. Seems a bit weird. Right. We have hang on, have I taken the wrong bit? I have. Have I? Yes. Yes, I have. Ha! See, that's what you get. That's what you get. They put the pieces so close together. I didn't need 32, I needed 23. 32 sits over there for a bit. I need 23. Don't I look a klutz? Next time, remember that bit cut. That cut goes last. Right. 23 is our first one on. Let's tidy this one up. Let's put that on. That goes on there at the top. Then we want B33, that's this one here. Loads of stuff going on that piece there, look. Wow. Doesn't look great, does it? Okay, so that piece then sits in like... Nope, it doesn't. It sits in that away. Like so. That'll all clip together nicely when we tidy that up. Oop, nearly. Hey. tidy these up just ever so slightly with the knife. Okay, and then that piece sits on there also, like so. Okay, and then we take piece 31. Tidy that up and then sandwich the whole dang lot together. I've seen a number of these kits where they have almost like a working internal structure. So there's this sort of grey plastic section under the whole internal body. Is occasionally painted in silver to represent, you know, metallic bits and what have you. Right, that doesn't feel like that's gone together quite properly there. What's going on? Why are you not going together quite right? And I don't really have a device to sort of hammer you at all. Do I? Probably a fairly good attempt there. That will be about as close, I reckon, as we can get without damaging it too much. So let's now we will be looking at it that way. So we want D10. It's this one here. And we need to put a polycap piece in there as well, another PC1. Now I did notice that we've got a whole bunch more PC1s that I didn't realise. We've got all of these ones here as well, so we're not doing too bad. We can strip that off. Hey, there we go. Yeah, hey, come on, you come out of there. Ah, I see. Goes on there like that. Oh, I don't much like that connection point. It does look like that would be rather weak. Hopefully, when we close it up with D11, you thought we'd forgotten about D11, didn't you, folks? No, no, no. Oh, no, no. Although I didn't clean up D10 because I'm a mug. See, we're getting ahead of ourselves again. Always getting ahead of ourselves. Right. Oh, there's a bit of flash on there as well, look. That's not great, is it? Same here, we've got an ugly little bit of flash. To be honest with you, I've been quite surprised by the actual quality of this kit. Everything has gone together just about well enough that if I didn't know, if I wasn't 100% certain that it was fake, I might not question it. But as I bought it, and as I know how much it cost, I do know it's fake. But we're just saying that if it wasn't that obvious, if we didn't know it, we might be convinced by the quality, because all of the bits have gone together relatively well. There's just those few little bits. It says move these. Yes, like that. And then we can get all of that on. So it's just little bits like now, here, where we have this join between two panels that I'm not convinced that it should have like the same panel line as this. Oi, cats, stop it. But it also possibly should be closer. No, they won't go any closer. And just there, we've just got a little bit of flash. Let's take that off. I mean, it's not a bad joint, to be fair. Not terrible. Okay. This is a very complicated section. So they suggest that you do one, fold it out of the way, two, stick that bit on, and then three, fold it all back again. I do like how common sense the instructions on this actually are. Now, can they keep it up through the final stages? Are we going to get a leg done before 10 o'clock? Because we do need to go to bed. I know, it's tragic. Oh shit, I don't want to spin a bit. Oh, there we go, it's just come off. Okay. I then need D18, which is this weirdy bit. Yeesh. And B27. These are like little baby boosters. Oh, I don't like that. Let's just see if we can clean that up before we put it on. Wow, what a piece. Okay. Right, let's just tidy this one up. I feel like there's, yeah, we've got some little bits of flash creeping in again. Just spoiling the sort of quality of the whole piece in the final sort of hurdles. It's a bit of a shame really, but it is to be expected. I'm not going to tell people how much I paid for these, but it wasn't more than £10 each. So for anyone familiar with these models, you probably get the idea of what level of kit we're talking about. But as I say, I've actually been quite pleasantly surprised. The quality of it hasn't been completely atrocious at all. Right. That way round. What? Oh my giddy aunt, that's kind of crazy, that is. You go there. You go there. Oh wow. What a weird and wonderful joint. And then we take this bad boy that we've been sleeping on because we cut him off early. Just clean that up. That up. And that up. There. Now, that is going to go, what? In there? Like that? Holy. That is compact. Look at that. That's amazing. I love it. Right, 14. No, this one, D14. And I'm guessing that we're about to just compress all of those bits together, and then that's it. We'll never see them again because it totally won't fall apart. When we put this together, 100% this won't fall apart when we put this together. Okay folks, we're going to try it. We are going to see if all of these will line up like good little space robots. Should, oh my god, look at that, it's all gone in and just fitted. It just works. Holy crap-holy. Maybe? Don't know, does that pop out? Oh, I don't know what any of these bits now do. All I can move is that. The rest of it, well, I suppose there's this bit, there's this little, it's stuck. I need to pop him open, look. There's this weird little vent in there that we can open up. Whee, as he goes through space. But all the other movie bits that I thought were going to be in place haven't been. What's happened there then? I can move that, but that's not enough. That needs to go. Ah, whoa, whoa, we woo-wah. Oh man, that's okay. Another bit. Whoa, nice. Huh. I knew there was more to it. I knew there was more to it. I didn't know quite how much more to it, but I knew there was more to it. Right. Let's go a bit quicker now. We'll see if we can get this leg done. There's plenty of other leg for another stream this week. This week we will probably be going live, so we have D&D on Wednesday. We will possibly try and go live tomorrow. I'm not sure. More likely will be Thursday. Please do feel free to drop a follow and then you'll get a little notification when we go live. Or drop down on the Discord. We'll try and post updates as and when we can. You can keep abreast of our regular streams, which at the moment are World of Tanks and Miniatures and Models. With we will be going back to our very old Warhammer project. Oh, one way up, that way up. What was that? Now that is loose. First bit of the model that's loose. I don't know that it'll matter because I think that might keep us in place. And I know for certain that will when it slides back to the fully upright position. That's now locked in place. You can see there's a tiny bit of movement on that one. Interesting. Interesting joint there. Right. D9. another bit that just ends up spun off. Right folks, we're going to glue it, or not glue, but we're going to stick that bit on there. And then that's us done for the evening. I know it's a bit unsatisfying. I do apologise for that. However, as I say, I must adult. And adulting demands sacrifice, and that sacrifice is sleep. Well, certainly that's what it feels like today. So, thank you very much to everybody who has given me some of your wonderful attention during the evening. I very much appreciate that. Oh, hang on. How the hell? That's not going to go on there. There must be another thing. There must be a hippie joint. Ooh, unless that goes all the way up and the legs go on that way. Yes, that's probably exactly how the legs go on all Gundams ever. Yes, adulting demands sacrifice. This sacrifice today is going to be sleep. So I need to go to bed, and I hope that you'll join me on the next stream. Like I say, drop in on the Discord links down below, or follow the channel and you get an update when we go live. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, take care, enjoy yourselves, have fun, and good night.